Good after midday and welcome. Here we are after waiting for so long. This is it, ladies. This is it. We get to launch our community of women who are living above the age of 35 plus. In fact, I wanted to first do it for women who are 40 plus, but the 35 pluses were like, prepare us as well. But also for them, they're living after midday. So this is our community. Welcome. And this is where we are learning how to be bold, authentic, and significant. We are calling it Be Boss. Okay? So let's start with Boss. What are we talking about? What is this community for? And what is it about? So this community is about creating an environment or a space where we can have conversations about the things that matter to us after midday. This includes our health, our relationships, dating after midday, our homes, style and fashion and being stylish, lifestyle hacks, because it's not just about me talking. I mean, by the time you're living after midday, you have lived life. And there's some things that you have been able to hack and crack. And we'd like you to share them with us in the comments below, so then we can also be able to glean from you what is working and what isn't working. It's a space where we get to share about our life experiences. What are we learning from the life experiences? And sometimes also bring in some experts to help us be able to unravel this whole space of after midday, because the thing is that none of us have lived after midday before. This is the first time that we are doing it. If you're turning 50, you have never been 50 before. This is the first time. And this is the thing, this is the youngest that you'll ever be, and this is the oldest that you'll ever be for today. So let's be present in this community. And in preparation, I had actually been asking you guys to share with us the topics that you would like to cover. And because after midday also we are what I call the digital generation, that means that we are very conversant with the digital world, but also very conversant and very skewed towards the analog world. So I have come with my notebook because I've been noting down what you guys have been saying you wanted to cover, some of the conversations. Let me just run them through very quickly. One of the conversations that people want to cover is emptiness syndrome. What do you do after your children have left home? These are conversations after midday. And even how to reconnect with your partner, with your spouse after the children have left home. Because you realize now it's the two of us. Do we start dating again? Do we say, hi, how are you? My name is, let's go on a date? Or how do you begin to reconnect because now your life is no longer revolving around the children? Then people want to talk about menopause, supplements, the role of supplements, being single and being okay. Can you be single and okay after midday? You guys tell me. Or do you agitate? Or is it from a place of being resigned? This one of, you know what? After midday, nani nitaanzia wapi? Where do I start? Okay. Moving back home after 40 years, circumstances can cause you to go back home when you're above the age of 40. It could be you've gone through a financial crisis and you think about where else do I go? And the only place you can go back to is to go back home. How do you manage that transition and living in your parents' house when you are living after midday? Feeling guilty when my daughter's marriage is not working. That's someone who shared that they would like us to talk about that, because maybe your own marriage did not work, your own first marriage did not work out, and now you're maybe on to your next marriage, and your daughter is getting married and you see her struggling in her wedding or in her relationships, and you begin to carry the guilt. Is it because of me? Did I not show her the proper way to handle this? Okay, so how do you deal with that guilt about your children's choices when you yourself have felt you have not necessarily made the right choices? Okay, finishing homeless. This has to do with the issue about finances and money. That you can actually find yourself into your 40s, you don't have any investments, and you wonder, is it too late for me to start saving and investing? Or because I'm living in a rented house, what will happen to me later in life, or as I get to the age of retirement and I still do not have a home I can call a home? And I have to say something about us in Africa. In Africa, we have something that we call home. It's a double emphasis. There is a home, and then there is home. home, and most of us want to have a home. A home. We don't consider apartments to be homes. In Africa, a home is where you are leaving the door and stepping some grass, and there's some soil, and you have a fence and a gate. Then we say that is my home. So this person was talk about how do I own a home after midday. That's a very useful conversation, and these are some of the ones that will require us to get some experts who can come and offer us that level of guidance. When parents leave a mess, when our parents maybe have passed on, they have left family messes, they didn't leave a will, and now we are having to clean up that mess. How do you deal with that? These are real conversations. I have to tell you something. I have to confess. It's a bass moment. I have to confess this. I thought that this channel would be an easy channel when talking about makeup and clothes and how to look bass after midday. But the conversations that you guys are raising are so deep. And yet, because they are part of our lives, and that's what this channel is about, we must have these conversations, right? Remarrying after widowhood. It's not expected in Africa that after your husband passes on that you should remarry. For the men, it's expected, but not so for the women. In fact, you may find that some of the people who fight you when you say you want to remarry your own children, who feel, no, well, why does mom want to remarry? That man will come and take advantage of her. Then there's another one about if you have your own home as a woman, and then you're remarrying, you're dating and remarrying after midday, and you're marrying someone who has a home. They don't yet have a home, but they have a home. Who moves into whose home? Do they come into your home, or do you move into their home, rented house, and you have your own house? You guys, actually, these conversations are deep, okay? Mother-daughter toxic relationships. How we as women treating each other. That's another conversation that you want to have, and dealing with some dysfunctionality between mothers and daughters. Wow, okay. Mothers enabling a patriarchal approach in their families by asking their daughters to serve their sons. This means you as a sister have been asked to serve your brothers when they have put their feet up after you've come from a funeral in shags. Okay. Are you hearing the conversations here, my dear? They are deep. Can you call any woman who's leaving after midday and tell them, hey, Ebu, come here, come and see what's going on here? Cross-cultural marriages. A white lady married to a black man. How do you integrate? But I want to take this conversation beyond that to just intercultural marriages, which are quite normal today because we live in such a cosmopolitan world. But then you go to Shagu, it's not quite that cosmopolitan. How do you get yourself inducted and acclimatized with a family when there is intercultural marriages? Ebu, call your friends, tell them to come into this channel. The things we have to deal with here, they're real conversations, they're real life conversations. When I'm remarrying after midday and I have grown-up children, who will be giving birth? Is it me or is it my children? Should I think about having children? I mean, these are the conversations. Oh, and then we have our intimate health conversations. Things like fistula. You know, those intimate health issues we don't want to talk about, and a woman feels embarrassed because she thinks that she's all by herself. After midday, what are some of the intimate health issues and concerns that we must talk about? And again, some of those I am not an expert. We will have to invite medical experts to come and have those conversations with us. You can see they're all written down, so I'm just going through them. Does the age of the men that we are dating matter after midday? What's the lowest we should go? You want me to answer that? Like, seriously? Let me read the next one. Mother-son boundaries. Mothers of sons. Do you have boundaries with your sons? Or do your sons act as though they are your husbands? You know, I have retired, but I have so much energy. How do I occupy my time? These are some of the conversations that we are having. So this channel is going to be both deep, authentic, and real. But at the same time, we also want to have some lifestyle conversations. And I said to you before, the life hacks. What have you hacked? One of the things I need you guys to help me hack actually is breakfast menus. Do people really have breakfasts? You know, well, in this, when you're living in the urban areas where you have to wake up, I don't know at what time, so it can beat traffic, get the children ready, so they are also in their school buses in good time. Who has breakfast, and what kind of breakfast menus do you guys have? Can you please help me hack that? Okay, so we need to share also life hacks and lifestyle hacks about how we dress, how to pimp up our houses and make them look fresh and inviting. We need some serious buzz conversations. So welcome to our channel. Remember, this is our community. I need for you to really suggest the topics that you would like us to cover, and when some people would like us to interview. So I want you to leave those comments below and invite others to subscribe to the channel, and also follow us on our Facebook page. You'll see the details below. And what I have to say to you is that this is a channel that is calling you to be bold, authentic, and significant. In other words, let your light shine.